This is the fourth institution that we are visiting today, and we have another 3 to do today. And our team leader, the PS for Torome Saitoti, and we have been on mission since yesterday to follow up on instructions from the head of state to find out what is the condition of schools in the country. Are children back in school? And what we have observed has been very impressive. The rate of return is very high. It's in 95% and over, except in 1 or 2 private schools where we've seen a rate of around 80%. We have noticed that there has been very serious challenges around issues of social distancing, primarily because there are simply not enough classrooms that are available to allow us to maintain the preferred ratio of classrooms to students. And so we have witnessed very high numbers of children in classrooms, sometimes 100 children in a class in some of the more disadvantaged schools. This is a very, very unfortunate situation, and it makes it very difficult for the students not only to learn, but to protect themselves from this horrific disease that we are facing. Of all the schools we have visited, we have only heard of 1 case where a child fell ill and had to leave but came back. There's over 10,000 students that we have visited, of all the schools that we've visited put together, that we can make our schools better learning environments by increasing the number of classrooms and the number of desks, so that children do not have to sit in such large numbers in classrooms.
COVID could recur, just like we are seeing in other countries, so that we really have to continue ensuring that the children keep observing the required protocols, so that we don't see a disruption like we saw in March last year, where we have had 8 months of children being out of school. We would like to live with this disease and just know that we have to cope with the situation. And so we are happy with what we have seen. Every challenge brings an opportunity. And to us, we see also this COVID situation where we have to maintain social distancing, creating a huge pressure around space in schools. And therefore, we are going to recommend that we reprioritize our expenditure, to see that we devote or put more resources to building more capacity of physical infrastructure of the schools, both in terms of classrooms, the dormitories, and the desks and any other related infrastructure. I think that is really our recommendation. We have to reprioritize. And given that actually for a long period we haven't had that huge investment in schools, so we are dealing with a backlog of lag in investments in infrastructure in schools. But now with a situation where we require more social distancing, clearly we require our schools more capacity. So that is our recommendation.
The CDF must be commended. That is the National Government Constituency Development Fund. Because in many schools that we have actually visited, we have seen how the CDF has continued to support development of infrastructure. In that the new classrooms that have come up, they have been funded by the National Government Constituency Development Fund. So one way of trying to ease congestion in schools, and also to provide modern and even to replace the old buildings, is the CDF. And I must commend the board, because it has done an excellent work with regard to provision of infrastructure in schools.
That the community, the members of parliament of these constituencies, have to take seriously to try to help find solutions for their students.